Hi, I'm Charmaine. Welcome to the Love of Self podcast, where we delve into the emotional aspects of finding love for self. Today's topic is tunnel vision. It's extremely easy to get caught up in a perfect view of what we want and not see all of the surrounding energies around it that may affect us. Sometimes it's very difficult to not see what we want to see. It can be difficult to only focus on the goal, the mission, the view that we want to see. I recently remembered something where I was telling someone my perspective of their behavior. And I was trying to help this individual understand my perspective about the rush to meet goals. I explained that there is often an energy where all they could see was the goal, and there was often a behavior to meet the goal where that's all they saw until they met the goal. Once they reached the destination of what they wanted, then all of a sudden they could see everything. And most times they didn't like everything that they saw. They wanted the image, the state of perfection that this small view gave them, and not necessarily the entire environment that surrounded that view. So then there becomes a decision that had to be made. Either adapt and make do in order to continue on with the goal that you have, or find a new goal. And it was often the latter. It was often a constant tunnel vision view of goals and achievements, and the remedy to dealing with the aftermath and the surrounding energies around jumping from one thing to the other was continuing to go through the next tunnel. So with this memory of this conversation, I thought about the importance of expanding our mind and thinking, and realizing that there is a shared reality within this world, within our environments, even within ourselves, because the reality of my point of view has another point of view of whoever experiences me. I think it's important to find a way to expand our thinking, to not look at everything so narrowly in ways that help us stay closed-minded in thoughts that are just one way, are just pinholed in one direction. There's still a concept that needs to be understood within all of us, that we don't know what we don't know. There's a shared reality based on perspectives. There's a reality that we're all viewing, that we're all conceiving of, that we are all affected by. We all have a cause and effect on one another. We can all be subjected to tunnel vision, not seeing beyond ourselves, our wants, our goals, not seeing the effects of this pigeonhole view that is so microscopic compared to the reality within us and the realities outside of us. We all may benefit by questioning things that we've always been told, that we've always understood, that even make sense. There are realities that help us gain something within ourselves when we expand outside of narrow points of view to hopefully see the big picture. I think it's important to see that our reality is shared with the rest of the world. And there is an inner knowledge of experiencing life through our view. But it may be best if we widen the scope a little bit. We examine the landscape before we just look in one direction. It may be best for our own sake if we learn to see a little more, to understand a little more, to grasp a little bit more of the landscape. Each one of us has a view, and our view is respectfully ours. We have a right to see our world through the lens of our consciousness. We have the benefit of seeing things in a certain light, a certain direction, a certain scope. Our reality is the truth. Our view is the truth of a part of a reality within this world, within this scope. It's just not the full scope. It's not the full reality of what's true. I'd like to thank you for taking these few moments to listen to what I have to say. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So, I'd like to ask you, is there anything that you think you could expand your mind about? Is there something that you could begin to wonder, to see another perspective that brings in a new way of understanding something that you couldn't see before? Something that may affect outcomes or other people or environments that you may have been a little closed-minded on. Is there benefits to expanding outside of your worldview? Is there something else that you could see? Is there someone else that you could sympathize with, that you could understand a fuller scope, what you knew before? Is there a little bit more that you need to see or understand? Is there a little bit more of your environment that you need to consider, both within yourself and within others? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment or email theloveofselfpodcast@gmail.com. Please remember, I'm not a therapist. Also, my new book is out, Love Yourself, a book of poetry and spiritual writings for self-love, available now on bookbaby.com. Purchase link is in my Instagram bio. I wish you all peace, love, and joy always. Until next time.